Probably like 2 hours. But the YouTube viewers were dying without me. I don't know about that. Have you played the Silk Song update? What do you mean by update? I played a little bit of Silk Song, but I'm going to be recording it rather than streaming it because that'll be easier for me to edit. And it'll probably also be more fun for YouTube to watch that. Hello, Ali. Hello, hello. I do want to play more Silk Song, but right now I'm really in the mood for Marvel Rivals more so than anything else. And so like if I force myself to play Silk Song while I'm wanting to do other things, then I don't think I'm gonna actually enjoy it as much. So I'm taking my time with it. Hello, TD. Finally got Birdcatcher form. It took you that long to get it? Are there any plans for today? No. For my streams, I want my streams to be more like relaxing. Like I want my streams to be more calm. I want them to be my chance to talk to chat and stuff. And then like me recording videos is when I actually take things like, you know, as my quote unquote job. Finally off work, it's been 9 hours. Damn. That's tough. 11th anniversary is sneaking around the corner. That's next Friday, right? Or this upcoming Friday. So like a week from yesterday. I'm really not that ready. Like I'm really not that excited for it. But like it's, yeah, Battlecat's anniversary always gives free stuff, so maybe that'll be good content at least. The zombie tier list was valid? Not really. I missed a couple of Ubers that were pretty big anti-zombies, so I missed kind of a lot. September 12th is the anniversary. I won't even be able to play it much because like on Friday I'll be busy for schooling, and then on Saturday I'll be busy because I'll be watching Demon Slayer, the movie. The Infinity Castle or the first third of the Infinity Castle arc, I think. All right, see you, Ali. But like, yeah. So like, I'll be busy whenever the anniversary first comes around, but I'm willing to bet I'll still be able to at least do a late stream on the 13th. But at the same time, I might not be able to. I might actually have to wait till Sunday. And even then, I don't know if I'll be able to stream that Sunday. It kind of just depends on how the weekend goes. But I have plans to be hanging out with my sister and watching the Demon Slayer movie, so that'll be fun. I'm literally wearing my Demon Slayer hoodie right now. I've been a huge fan of Demon Slayer. Like, even though it's like, even though I still prefer JJK, which by the way, there's big JJK news coming up, season 3 and a movie recovering the end of Shibuya as well as the beginning of the next season. That's coming out on the same day that the FNAF movie is coming out. So I got a lot of movies to watch this year. But yeah, I prefer JJK over Demon Slayer still, but that doesn't mean I don't absolutely love everything else. Started an anime called Tower of God. It's good. Huh. Never watched any anime. Any recommendations? You'll want to watch your first anime will you'll want to be like a quick-paced one rather than a really long one. So your first one probably shouldn't be any of the original shonen. You should probably watch like one of the new gen, like maybe even Solo Leveling. It's a really short one, but there's also, if you're not so into action, Spy Family, or if you still want action but Solo Leveling is like, you know, not your thing, then like there's Demon Slayer, JJK. Both of those are still relatively short for such popular anime. Vinland Saga is good. I've never seen Vinland Saga, but if you do want longer form anime, then One Piece, Naruto kind of. I mean, Naruto's not really that good, but I'm pretty sure it gets good in Shippuden. And then there's also things like Black Clover. Black Clover's like 150 episodes. How do I beat the Alien Horn and Alien B stage? Chill. Probably use Chill Cat or Can talents. But yeah, I'm really excited for the new Demon Slayer and JJK stuff though. Those are my top 2 anime currently. Oh right, there's also Attack on Titan. That one's also pretty good. I don't like the main character. He is. I I I don't know if anybody that watches Attack on Titan actually likes Eren Yeager. I don't think any of them do because he's not a likable main character. I recommend One Piece not as a first anime. As somebody that watched it as my first anime, it's not like you're not going to want it to be your first because it doesn't get good until like after a couple hundred episodes. And so like you're forcing yourself to watch something that's like mediocre at best up until like way later. Like sure it still has its moments in the beginning, but it's also old, so if you don't like old or like the old art style of like the first entire half of One Piece, you know, then that's not gonna be something for you. And I say first half, it's more like the first 300 episodes that are kind of like they have their moments, but it's mostly just really slow pacing. I love One Piece, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. It's like my third or fourth favorite anime that I've seen, but it's not a good first anime to watch. I beat SOL and I'm in COTC 2. Am I in mid game? No, probably not. Well, if you beat SOL, then maybe, but kind of, ads already. What do you mean by already? Like, I mean, it's all like I don't think people realize that like in the first 10 minutes there's going to be ads, and then that's whenever it becomes every 30 minutes. Because since there's no entry ad, they're not going to give you an ad in the first 5 minutes because most people don't join in the first 5 minutes. So, you know, it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, the first 5 and 10 minutes of the stream, and that's when you'll get ads. It makes sense to me, but maybe not other people. That Arlong Park was good in itself with the old animation. Rewatch it. Rewatch Arlong Park and you tell me, is it really worth watching like 20 episodes for 1 or 2 episodes that are good? Like, because like that's the thing, right? One Piece is really slow pacing. You have to watch so much in order to get those moments. Meanwhile, with other anime like Demon Slayer, JJK, My Hero, you get so many good moments rapidly. You're watching way less to get way more enjoyment. So like that's why I'm saying One Piece shouldn't be your first one, because you should go into One Piece knowing that, you know, it's not like you should go into it expecting to, you know, probably have to watch a lot. And so watching it as your first, you're missing out on a lot, because I preferring the new gen anime over the old ones is something that I can, you know, I follow that. I like new gen more than old gen. So I'd rather somebody experience the new gen first and then go back to old gen and see if they enjoy it then, right? Because like there's so much time consumed with watching One Piece that you like, I don't want to say it's a waste, but there are so many other anime that are so worth watching that take way less time. And so that is probably what you should prioritize. But once you become like an actual like anime nerd, that's when you can start watching One Piece. Why would you rewatch in subs? You like, as somebody that is terrible at retaining information when reading, sub is not a good way to remember everything. It's just a good experience while you're doing it, but you're not gonna remember much if you're like me. Slow-paced anime for a first anime won't drain your attention span. Well, I think you're undervaluing time. That's what I think that is happening here. Because remember, time is valuable. One Piece takes up a lot of time, and so if you don't have time to spend like an hour every day watching watching anime, then you're going to struggle to actually finish it. You're not going to be done with One Piece until like probably a year or two later. Like that's something you gotta think about, right? Because like not everybody has a bunch of free time to be watching anime, and so like if you're going to watch an anime and you don't have a lot of free time, then the shorter ones are the way to do it, because they're a lot more compact, they're a lot quicker paced, and you can actually, you know, finish them in less than a month. You can't really do that with One Piece. I speedran One Piece and I watched 600 episodes in 1 month. That's not even completing it, and that's barely, and as of right now it's getting to the point to where it is, you know, it's getting to the point to where it's like not barely halfway, right? So like, Shield Hero? What do you mean? I don't have a ton of time because school started? Yeah, exactly. Like, unless you're able to spend hours every day watching anime, One Piece shouldn't be the one you do. Like, I watched, whenever I speedran it and watched 600 episodes in 1 month, that was whenever I was like not doing anything else at all. I was literally spending day after day just entirely watching One Piece, nothing else. I did nothing else. I was literally in no life, and I was rushing through it, so I wasn't actually enjoying it as much as I probably could have. So like, I don't think One Piece is a good first anime, especially if you don't have a lot of free time. Mainly if you don't have a lot of free time, which most people don't have a lot of free time. I wasn't enjoying it either. Yeah, like, One Piece is a good anime, but you really have to either be dedicated to watching it or you have to have a lot of free time. One of those two. And not everybody can really say that they have the ability to do either. By the way, chat, is my mic like really quiet? If One Piece is slow pacing, what do you think about One Piece? I think One Piece, it won't, like, here's the thing. One Piece is good. It's really good because it gets you emotionally tied to your characters, like to the main characters, and it manages to do so kind of, you know, it manages to do so pretty well. And so One Piece is going to remove part of that, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, I don't know. I'd have to actually watch it, but it's not even out yet. Like, that's the problem, right? Is that, like, if they're trying to, like, or what do you mean by One Piece? Do you mean the One Piece, like the remake, or do you mean something completely different? I can remember every episode I've watched from One Piece. What about Long Ring Long Land? Can you remember everything about that? What about the third episode? The episode after Zoro joined Luffy's crew, quote unquote. Can you remember all of that? Probably not. Like, it's just like, there's more than 1,000 episodes. So like, even if you skipped all of the filler, there's probably like at least 800 episodes that you've seen. And so that's, you're not going to be remembering everything. I forget I have slime now. I'm going to drop Cosmo for slime. Well, yeah, I will. In my main account, on my main one though. The only things I remember from Long Ring Long Land is Foxy saving back fight Lost Creek, remember? That's it. I don't even remember much of it. The Long Island with the long everything and Foxy with slow beam? Yeah, but if you remember everything in the episodes, like, I'm not asking, oh, do you know what it was? I'm asking, do you know what happened inside? He's like, we got to see Afro Luffy. That was funny. You know? I remember all of it? Okay. What you mean? Tell me about the fight with Foxy and Luffy. Tell me about that fight. I obviously told you the Afro thing, but do you remember the rules of it? Do you remember the rules of that fight? Because it wasn't a normal fight. Foxy took Chopper? That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the actual fight, bro. I'm pretty sure that part was filler. The first fight was a race. No, I'm talking about the one-on-one Foxy versus Luffy. See, you guys aren't remembering everything. They actually fought, and that's the canon part. The canon part of Long Ring Long Land was when Luffy fought Foxy. That's the part that was in the manga. Or one of the parts, I guess. Because a lot of that was filler. Or I say a lot of that. Some of it. Foxy dressed as a woman and Luffy thought it was Foxy's sister. That's not part of the actual fight, though. You're not getting what I'm talking about. Which clearly means you're not actually remembering everything. Like, I mean, I guess that is technically part of the fight, quote unquote. But I'm talking like when they actually fought. I'm talking about when they actually fought each other rather than just, you know, being mad at each other or whatever. My foggy memory is kicking in. I mean, yeah. But like, you're not. I'm talking about the rules. I literally strictly mentioned that it wasn't a normal fight. Like, it wasn't like they had a fight, right? And there were different rules about it. I want you to tell me what the stick was. Are you going to tell me what I remember? Because you're not telling me that you do remember. You're not proving to me that you can remember everything. Because you're not telling me the rules of the fight that I'm clearly asking for. I'm trying to prove to you that you don't remember everything, and that's an ego thing to say that you remember everything. I seriously don't remember the rules of the fight, neither what happened in it. I mean, yeah, but you're not claiming to remember everything, right? Like, I understand forgetting things, because there's more than 1,000 episodes in the entire anime, so you're bound to forget something at least until you're reminded. Hello. Why are you saying hello again? You've been here, bro. Or you were here earlier. I guess you may have come back. I need to be better at timing slime, but it's really hard to time slime against this guy. Does Cosmo outrange this hermit, by the way? It was whoever fell off the ship lost. Okay. Took you a while to say that. But it's also, I'm pretty sure they, didn't they have boxing gloves? Are you forgetting that they had boxing gloves? Are you forgetting the whole part of the fight where inside of the ship, Foxy had a huge fucking, like, whatever the hell that thing was? The killing machine or whatever? I don't remember what it was called, but I remember it wasn't just a straight up fight. All or nothing fight? Yeah, that's how Luffy got everything back. Luffy got all of his crew members back and stuff from the all or nothing. Peyton, why are you saying meow? Why are you so weird, bro? Probably shouldn't have sent Bullet Train there. Like, here's the thing, right? You can say all you want, and like, I just don't like it when you try to act like you're better than everybody else by saying something that clearly isn't true. So remember being confused as to why Robin was so calm? I mean, that's just Robin. Robin's always calm like that. But like, I just don't like it when people act like they know everything. That's my only disdain. Can bro die yet? That would be lovely if he would die. Oh god. Corey, you're gonna get hit before you can get a hit. Oh hey, you got a hit him. Behemoth Slayer dodge. What's going on? Nothing. It's a cat stream, duh. That doesn't mean you have to meow. Nobody can remember everything? Exactly. Even photographic memory people will forget things every now and then. Hey, look, you died. Do you think you know everything about battle cats? No. And nor do I claim to. The rage baiting wild? You're still not proving me wrong, bro. You don't remember everything. I can guarantee you that. You a fucking crab? True. I don't like crab, like meat. I don't like eating crab. Nobody knows everything about anything if somebody claims that they're lying. Logic? Sure. Long Island was filler? No, it wasn't. It was literally... What? Okay, so now you're just stupid. There's literally a manga chapter, at least one for it. Like, Long Ring Longland was canon. At least part of it was. Some of it was probably filler. But, you know, Foxy is canon. He is canonically in One Piece. So now you're just... I don't even know what you're on him. Listen, Peyton, yapping is what I do, alright? It's what I do, man. It's what I'm good at. Clearly. I think it's so funny how people claim something and then try to prove it, even though they should probably know that they're wrong. Like, that's called gaslighting. It's been a while since I've said anything about gaslighting, but you are gaslighting us. Mr. Shirt. Who's your favorite Skypiea character? Why specifically Skypiea? I don't really like any of those characters. Be like, who's in Skypiea again? By the way, I'm not gonna worry about like spoiler warning for One Piece or anything, because like it's one of the older anime. If you haven't seen it yet, you probably won't see it. I think. Are you talking about like characters in Skypiea, or are you talking about from Skypiea? You know, Too Long to Watch. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can still watch it, but I don't know. Some people probably just don't want to get to the good part, which is like way too long in. This wild, I'm done. Let's talk about Battle Cats. Wow, you haven't defended your argument in a long time.
Your skin doesn't stay the same.
Like we were already changing the topic. Like we weren't like I wasn't even talking to you anymore. From Skypiea and in Skypiea. Well, my favorite one in Skypiea is Zoro because he's fucking stupid as always with his fucking goggles and stuff. But from Skypiea,
What the hell does that mean?
that one Pegasus. I'm here again. Welcome back, TD Nor, whatever. Sorry, I had to skip an ad. Rather watch One Punch Man for the 4th time. Is One Punch Man even that good, though? I feel like that one would be kind of boring. I don't really like... I'm not a huge fan of anime where the main character is the strongest. Like, I don't really care for that. The main character being the strongest is kind of just lame. So, like, Solo Leveling was cool, but I didn't really like it. Doesn't make my top 5 or anywhere. It doesn't make it very high. I like Zoro screaming like Tarzan. Oh yeah, I also really like that. Did you know that the word gaslighting comes from a story where a man every night put the light a little darker to trick his wife into thinking she's insane, and stole money from her, and she didn't ask about it because she thought she was crazy. Huh. I mean, yeah, that tracks. That sounds about right. What's up, Alake? But yeah, that does in fact track. By the way, I still like. I'm pretty sure I need to get signed back into Crunchyroll because I never finished Attack on Titan. I got started on season 3 and never finished the rest of it. Seasons 1 and 2 are really good though. I don't mind OP main character, but it won't be as interesting because the villain will always be beat except the ones with plot armor. It's kind of like One Piece, right? Like One Piece does have an overpowered main character. However, he doesn't start off the strong. Like, well, he was the strongest like at the beginning, right? But like Zoro is probably stronger than him, you know, and like. It's clear that he's powered up a lot throughout the entire anime, rather than just starting off as the strongest and like no diffing everybody. Do you eat this? What is? Hold up. Flatbread? No, I don't think so. Just watch anime on Animewatch? Pass. I'd rather pay for a subscription since I can trust them a little more. Dropped it on the last season because it got too depressing and I got spoiled for the ending by my friend. Damn. Yeah, Attack on Titans, like I don't know what the ending is like. I just know a lot of people hated it. The main character in Solo Leveling started as the weakest guy. Yeah, but he didn't really have much character growth. You know, like he didn't like that's different. First of all, and second of all, I still don't like that Luffy is, you know, so strong in One Piece. Like JJK and Demon Slayer, it is very clear that the main character is not the strongest, right? Like in Demon Slayer, sure, Tanjiro is like, you know, I mean, he is really strong and like he has this thing where like he just has main character syndrome. He's not necessarily the strongest or anywhere close even, up until the end at least. But then in JJK, I don't know if Yuji ever becomes the strongest. You know? Here's the thing about Luffy. Luffy didn't really get stronger until he didn't really get stronger until Gear 2. Like, that's like his first actual power-up. Before that, he kind of just like did everything the same way, just like adapting to the enemy though. But he didn't actually like power himself up much from there. So like it took a while. I don't mind it, some problems he has to face. I don't mind if he wins at the end of the day, but it can't be a cakewalk or something. Yeah. Which the whole thing with solo leveling is that the main character, Sung Jinwoo, or Jinu, I don't know, is like strong enough to like beat everybody pretty much. Did you really just say Demon Slayer is so bad? What are you on about? I don't know if this is just me, but I love when the main character is OP in an anime. I actually get pissed when Luffy doesn't instantly stop a villain. Yeah, but if they instantly stomped a villain, then that would be kind of boring, wouldn't it? Because then there would be no risk. There would be no, like, I don't know. The fights wouldn't be interesting if there was no chance of losing. Like, sorry for spoilers in One Piece. I know this is spoilers, but like the fight against Kaido. That would not have been nearly as good of a fight if he didn't struggle. Luffy struggling in that fight made it what it was. So like, Demon Slayer is just bad plot with good art. As somebody that thought that whenever I first went into it, no. Because like, what is the definition of bad plot? Simple, or just like you just don't like the story? Like I just don't understand it. I don't understand the thinking of good art, bad plot, because I love Demon Slayer. I love the characters, right? Like, is the plot kind of boring and kind of narrow? Sure. But, I mean, if you think about it, that's kind of what, like, the entirety of early or old gen anime is. It's, like, really simple because it's made for kids. I say it's made for kids. It's, like, it's made for simple. It's made simply, right? Like Naruto, One Piece, those are both made very simply, right? Like, they didn't get complex until way later on. Seen like 200 animes, I'm cultured? No, you're just a no-life. You're bragging about having enough time to watch 200 animes. That's not a brag. That's not a good brag, buddy. Demon Slayer is not kid-friendly? I'm saying One Piece and Naruto are, bruh. I'm not saying Demon Slayer is. I said that they were made with like simply. Like they weren't made for kids, but they were made like simply so that a kid could understand them and keep up. They are not complex by any means up until way later. And whenever I say this, I'm not saying, oh, is it appropriate or not? I'm saying, could a kid understand it? That's all I'm saying. Because Naruto's sexy jutsu, that's not exactly kid-friendly, but like, you know, it's relatively just a simple plot line. Depends on what you define kids, because I don't think One Piece is kid-friendly. No, it's not kid-friendly. No, it shouldn't be at least. But I'm just saying kids can keep up with it. By the way, what's your prediction, Tree? But I will vouch for Demon Slayer. It's not a bad anime. I don't like, I'm not really that much of a plot guy, because like caring about the plot on an anime is kind of just stupid, because most anime have a stupid as fuck plot. I care more about the characters and the contents of the anime. So like Attack on Titan is really emotional and doesn't really have as much humor. I don't like that. I like things like My Hero, where there's a lot of humor, but there are emotional scenes, right? Like I don't really care about the plot as long as it's enjoyable to watch. If you look too heavily into the plot, then try reading a book instead of watching anime, because at that point, like, you're way too nitpicky. Do you think One Piece has a bad plot? I think it's stretched out way longer than it should have been. And so, in a way, yes, I don't believe it's like a good plot, but it is like it's still a good anime to watch. Like, it's still entertaining. Adrian, didn't I answer you earlier? I don't think that's mid-game. I don't know. L anime takes? I mean, I'm just saying my opinion. I'm just saying I don't value plot as much, you know? I'm very picky about shows and movies. I don't know why. I'm just not picky because, like, if it's entertaining, I'll watch it, right? Like, I'm not going to care that, oh, JJK copied Naruto in their character design. Like, I'm not going to care about that. Because it's not a direct copy of Naruto, and it does things very differently in multiple ways, so I'm going to still enjoy it because it's still an enjoyable anime. You are in mid-game? There are some people that consider early UL early game nowadays. But I do understand calling UL as a whole mid-game. Have a good day, chat. Alright, see ya, hot. Tree, whatever. Which is that's not how predictions work, by the way. You can't just... That's... Which is worse? That's not a prediction, that's a poll. Mid-game is after COTC 3, I say. I'd say that doesn't really matter. I'd say Stories of Legend matters more to where you are in the game than Cats of the Cosmos, since you can always wait to do Cats of the Cosmos. Since there's really nothing after it. Meanwhile, with SOL, you kind of have to beat it in order to progress through the rest of the story. Or the game, I guess. One Piece has a good plot, but the pacing is horrible? I can see that. Like, here's the thing, right? You can't act like something's bad or good and say that it's a fact, right? So, like, I like anime for the most part. I don't really care about the plot, but that's just me. I would say Demon Slayer has a good plot. You know? That's just, you know, my opinion. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying calling Demon Slayer a bad anime is factually wrong because because it's one of the highest grossing animes from the movies it's made of all time. Like, I think it literally has the highest grossing anime movie of all time. Unless I'm wrong, with Mugen Train. Add Streambot? What do you mean? Why? Fallen? Maybe. I'd say mid-game is after Relic Bun Bun. I don't know. I mean, with the game continuing to expand, I don't really know. We have like 4 different topics at the same time. Welcome to me having to talk to like 5 different people at the same time. That's just how it works, and I can go from, you know, thing to thing. COTC completion is more important, IMO? Not really. You can go all the way up until Dogumaru without Cats of the Cosmos 3 completed. Like, COTC 3 is not necessary. COTC 2, now that is pretty necessary, but 3, nah. You don't really need to do that until a little bit into UL. Which anime has the best fan base in your opinion? I mean, it's all anime, right? Like, One Piece Film Red I thought was the highest grossing anime. I have no idea. I was just saying that, like, Demon Slayer, I mean, it's still like it's factually proven that Demon Slayer is like more liked than majority of anime. So it's not it can be objectively bad, but subjectively it's good, right? Or which way is it? Is subjective is personal opinion. So it can be in your opinion bad, but it can't be factually bad. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't remember which one is which right now. I'm having a brain explosion. I was hard stuck at a random COTC 1 stage for a random reason, and I made it to UL4. Damn. Yeah, I mean, you can make it very far into the game without actually, like, doing anything. Hydrate. Hey, look, I'm actually drinking water today. Crazy, right? Hey, Siri. What is the highest grossing anime movie of all time?
The highest grossing anime movie of all time is Demon Slayer Mugen Train. This answer is from an esports GG.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How much did Demon Slayer Mugen Train gross?
Okay, found this.
You are useless, bruh. Somebody do your research, but my Siri told me that Demon Slayer had the highest grossing. Also, the stage might be hard. Hot take COTC is nearly impossible if you don't have a good Pixie or a good anti-alien Uber. Nearly impossible, maybe, but it's also just like, the main hard part is the restrictions. So like, The hardest part for me in COTC is the special only restrictions, which means that you can't use Ubers, so that pertains less. So like I think it's just like it's not having good Ubers isn't really that necessary for Cats of the Cosmos. There's workarounds. It's mainly the special only stages that are pretty difficult. Was Uber carried, so there was basically no difference. Yeah. I need to get some Silksong music in this playlist now that I think about it. I'm gonna have to ask my Discord to submit some good Silksong tracks to add to the playlist. Can't have a say in this because I use Lumina. Damn. I only have Tetsukachi on this account, so I can say, so far at least, Cats of Cosmos doesn't seem that bad. Carried by Boar and Luna, damn. Yeah, I can't relate. What's this give me XP? 2 million XP, yeah, I'm doing it. Oh damn, it's been a while since I've done this. Do I have the Behemoth Stones for Kana True Form? I don't think I have yellows unlocked yet, so I don't think I can. But that'll be a cool True Form to get. Yeah, I need. Oh, I didn't realize it was 5 yellows. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I can do that. Also, Dr. Heaven. Oh, yeah, that's really good legend to have for that. Wow, freeze effect up on 2 damagers. Crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. I was locked in a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. I was locked in a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? Sorry. I should probably stop. Should I get KG's Strengthen up talent? Because he already has Strengthen, but it would get boosted by 50% if I talented him. Remember a while ago I got another Izanami and I changed her into NP? I don't blame you for that. I got a second Izanami as well on my main, but I gave it a +1 just so that I can prove and brag about the fact that I got a +1 Izanami. Never played Hollow Knight, plan on trying it. Is it okay, good, or great? And do you think I can play it for a while? It's my favorite game of all time, currently. The original Hollow Knight is my favorite game of all time right now. Or, as of right now, that's my thoughts on it. And so, it's really good if you like that style of game. But for me, the style of game just fits me so perfectly. So I can understand how other people probably wouldn't be able to like it as much as me. But it is still really good. So I do recommend playing it. Looking at Dark Age today, and why is no one talking about how underrated she is? It's because something with only 300 standing range will always struggle to actually stay alive. 300 standing range is by no means a lot. And so having that much range will always make you struggle, especially since Dark Age relies on the Strengthen in order to have good damage, generally at least. And so at that point you have half of your HP and only 1 knockback, which isn't ideal. And plus Iz doesn't have any sort of surviving abilities. Like there's no survival lethal strike, there's no resist, there's no strong against. It is entirely just raw stats, which is really good, no doubt, but like it's just that poor survivability of only having 2 knockbacks with 300 standing range that really makes Iz suffer. Should I put shield piercing on Kai? If you already have her at level 60, why not? But otherwise, oh wait, no, that's a normal talent, not an ultra talent. Probably. I think here's the thing. Kai is really good at shield piercing, but like there are better options, and so unless you plan on getting her ultra talents, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Just because her ultra talents are what gives her the resist to Aku. I don't know how to get Dark Cat's Eyes. Cat Claw Dojo. I think it's 10, 11, and 12. I'll give Dark Eyes. If you have not a ton of range, you have to deal a lot of damage like Barg or Kankan or something else. I mean, Iz has 300 range, which is way more than Barog and stuff like that. So the less damage is fine, especially with Iz's Pierce and Strengthen being like I think 150%. So like Dark Iz does good damage. But it's split into a multi-hit, so it's not like Barog where you'll like skip knockbacks and be able to one-shot peons or anything. And it's kind of like, it's just like, Iz isn't tanky enough, at least not at level 30. I think Iz would be one of those units where like at level 30 they're kind of like, they're good but not amazing, and then if you leveled them up to like level 50 or 60, that's when they would be at their peak and like be really good. They've been adding some broken anti-Akkus lately. Yeah, Kai being one of them. Kai's Ultra Talents are probably one of the best anti-Akkus in the game. Being able to efficiently tank Akkus is really nice. And I say that as somebody that has used her quite a bit. I'm gonna grind some Catfords. It's been a while since I've grinded this. I didn't realize Catford Buffet was on, so this might be nice to do. Gauntlets only give you one Dark Eye, don't they? Or is it two? And it's for the hardest stages in them, so you probably shouldn't recommend that for somebody that probably isn't far enough to have done that. Catford Buffet is so goated. Yeah, it really is. Everyone would have thought that I would use Kai more than Lilin for Akkus. Lilin is really good, but unfortunately, she struggles, right? Like, unfortunately, she does struggle. I don't have Lilin. Lilin's true form is really good, because what you can do is you can kind of just like bully Fallen Bear. Because if you get a lucky Surge placement, then Fallen Bear just keels over. Like, one good Surge placement, and that bitch is dead. Holy shit, Hollow Knight got his lazy ass off the bench. I know, right? I wanted to get like a gif of him like walking and up slashing and just like have that as an infinite loop, but that would take a lot of effort. Dark Eyes is a really good shield piercer though. She is good at shield piercing, but unfortunately for her, Komuso and Beryl do shield pierce just fine. Meanwhile, if you want damage for Aku, Dark Eyes also isn't the best, because there are much better options. Dark Eyes is good for Zalo, but Zalo is really not a threat. At least not that big of one. Because like, I've never felt threatened by Zalo. Like, I really never have been. So like, that's kind of just like, sure, she's good against it, but that's one enemy that isn't really that big of a threat. I love Darkest though. I love her. I just don't think she's really all that great. How do I beat Bahamut's Trial? Beat Catacosmos 3 first. And if you already have all Catacosmos treasures, then look up a strategy. I think Lucas has one out there. I've already done it? Well then, yeah. I'm not a professional at that because the only time I've ever beat that stage, I used Kai and Lufalan. So, I don't think... I don't believe that's a good idea. Don't buy Zalo, no, but if it hits one of my valuable units, it's basically a death sentence. You realize the Toxic is only like a third, right? The Toxic is only like 33%, I'm pretty sure. So like, it's really not a death sentence, it's just a knockback. Kai can survive the explosion. The explosion is still part of a floating enemy. Like, Kai tanks the explosion just fine because, remember, it is a floating enemy. So Kai's resistant and lots of HP. It can be very good there. Most of the time it's spammed. Yeah, but you said one hit. If one hit hits a valuable unit, then you know. But I don't know what you mean by most of the time it's spammed. What do you mean by spammed? Because like most of the time, like the quickest I've ever seen a Zalo spammed, quote unquote, is like every 5 or 10 seconds. Like I don't know about you, but that's not what I can define as spam. How much damage does he do? A lot, but Kai has a lot of HP. I think it's like, I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. All I know is that I used Kai and she worked great, so. Hey T. X-Skull put Akira as the best anti-Akuma, bro has no surge immune and no shield piercing. Yeah, which are two really necessary things for Aku's. Even at level 30 true formed? I think I had her at like level 50. So, but like, I think level 40 would probably do the trick. And like, even if you only leave her at level 30, I think, even if you leave her at level 30, I think she would do fine, but you want to be able to rely on her to carry you like I did. You would have to still use Octo, Rock, and stuff like that. That you'd be playing Silksong. I decided that I wouldn't stream it until like I've beaten the game already and like I'm just doing like challenges. That's what I decided. I decided I wouldn't stream unless I was doing like a challenge or like if there's like a boss rush, then I would stream that. But since I want my second channel to get some attention, I decided I would record it instead of stream so that I can more easily edit it and make it like better to watch. I'm gonna go now, bye. Alright, see ya. Have a good one. I don't know, but it always feels bad when my Ubers get hit by Zolo. Well, just don't let them get hit by Zolo. They can randomly cripple my backline because it has revived. If Zolo is really that big of a problem, use Holy Blast. And plus, I'm pretty sure Breaker Blast straight up can kill Zolo. So like, what do I do with my Legend Cat's Eyes if I don't have a Legend Rare? Well, you can use them on Ubers or literally anything else. Like, that's something I don't think a lot of people realize. But, you can still use Legend Cat's Eyes on non-Legends. You can use them on literally anybody else as just a normal Cat's Eye. So, like, you know, they still have very good usage. Why are you saying Ubers, Patino? Are you talking about like Akira is the best Antiago Uber? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about whenever I was saying that like Uber's getting hit by Zolo? Your Uber's getting hit by Zolo isn't that big of a deal because Toxic should only pierce like up to like 300 maybe at most probably, or like 300 like. If you're using backlining Ubers, then it's not a big deal, because as long as you're properly meat shielding. I have to save it for Izanagi? You don't have to. Like a year ago, I used some of my Dark Eyes to upgrade Slime to 50. You upgraded Dark Eyes to get Slime to 50? I had no idea what it did. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. No, that's completely fair though. You can't upgrade anything past level 50 except for Ubers, so it's like stupid. Saying Ubers for Legend Cat's Eyes? I think Uber Cat's Eyes are actually pretty easy to get. I think you should like just use them on whatever you have the least of. Or if you like have 0 Cat's Eyes but you need to upgrade something, that's when you use them. I just don't use Cat's Eyes very often. Like not often enough to need to use Legend Cat's Eyes on something. I like how I'm just grinding. I'm planning on posting this as like a whole video tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to... I probably won't record another video for tomorrow, so it'll probably be another day of just one upload. I was thinking about maybe doing a double upload tomorrow, since like doing these like longer form videos, they like not a lot of people actually watch them. But I don't know. I think right now I just need to conserve video ideas and stuff, like because there's only so many videos I can do. I don't want to waste all the content like ASAP. Actually use 2 Dark Eyes on Manic Eraser? Damn, that's unfortunate for you. Thought it was like great, yeah, for 2 hours about random stuff. I'll probably just figure out some way to clickbait it. I'll probably figure out some form of clickbait. Like if I do SOL, maybe a new enemy. Then that's like I say new enemy. I mean like an enemy that came up. I don't know why Ponos loves to gatekeep certain resources so badly. Proving Ground should be able to be available for more days outside of the weekend for one-time clear. I don't believe so. Because, like, think about it. If you fully complete Proving Grounds, the last stage, every week for both weekends, you're getting a total of 20 cat's eyes. That's pretty good. I think it's plenty because like I don't use cat's eyes very often, and you certainly shouldn't waste them. So I think it's perfectly fine that they don't do it more during the week. I think it's perfectly valid. Like you're not meant to be given all the resources in the world, right? Especially since they already give you Heavenly and Infernal Tower, both giving you all the resources you could possibly need. Most people after mid-UL have plenty of cat size. Yeah, because you just accumulate them as long as you're not spending them irresponsibly. I think I'm gonna start playing SOL now. I could do XP Coliseum. Like, I've already beaten him before, but I think I already have enough XP, but whatever. Getting another mill isn't too bad. Blizzard Boulevard. Oh, wait, it's this stage. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that. What do I want to do then? I actually have no idea. I don't think I could do King Wawa's Revenge. I don't believe I could, at least. Could I? I mean, I might actually be able to. I have some movers that would be really good. Worst Deadly Advent? I don't think so. I think it's cool that it has a restriction on the first stage. I just think it's stupid that the restriction got easier in the second stage. Pure Pain and Torture? I mean, it encourages Uber carry, so I'm not going to complain. How high are your normals? My normals are plus 20. It's doable, I think. I don't have a lot of experience on the stage, clearly. Is Jameer even good here? I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna do this, and then do I have an attack up combo that I can use? Or will it just be a defense up? I'll probably just use a defense up. Because I can just do this. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can. I just want to see if I can. Maybe. I don't. Oh wait. Does this one have zombies? It has zombies, doesn't it? I don't have any good anti-zombie Ubers, so I might just have to brute force them and hope for the best. Isn't this just an endurance stage? Isn't it literally just an endurance stage? Like after a while, you just win. By the way, use Holy Blast. Do you see a Holy Blast here? I know I wasted my Rich Cat for that, but I don't have Holy Blast. Really hate normal leveling system, to be honest. The fact that it's possible to get a plus 80 dark with really low level eraser is rigged. I don't think it's rigged. I think that's just called unlucky, since the capsule is entirely RNG. So like, you know, it's just RNG. You just got fucked. My normal cats are really low level. Yeah, that's why it's rigged. There's no such thing as rigged if it's completely random. Casinos are rigged. I don't believe this to be rigged. This might be one of the few stages where KG knockback immune would actually be useful. Good job, Cat Machine. You know, you're so useful. Oh, so useful. Doing oh so very much. Maybe don't get bullied by the doges, please. That'd be nice. Does Cat Machine die here? Just curious. Does he die before he gets another hit off? Kazujizo, I would have been so mad if you knocked him back there. Okay, Cat Machine dies, so I'm gonna just start letting Wawa come closer. I don't think Ponos would rig Silver Cat capsules of all things. Yeah. Super Feline, True Form is so unrealistic. It's just built for later in the game. I don't think it's really unrealistic necessarily. I think it's just, you know, it's an end game idea to come across. I'm gonna let Iwaltz die here because I want to lure a little bit. There are zombies in here, right? Are they just not coming until later? Yeah, there you are. Oh my god, this fucking squirrel, bruh. This goddamn squirrel. Got in my way. Oh, I see why you wanted zombie or Holy Blast, because yeah, that's a problem. I don't actively have anything to prevent that. That's so stupid. I hate Zangaru's burrow. I hate it when zombies can just burrow so far. Yeah, I'm not doing that stage. Cat Machine has long ass force swing. I mean, it fits. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Super Feline is comparable, if not better than second form ID, so it's good reason to be hard to get. It's not comparable to ID at all. It's good for completely different reasons. Because ID is more so for boss killing, relic boss killing with its massive damage. Meanwhile, Super Feline still also has massive damage, but is more spammable and has much lower base damage. And so it's more for peon clearing and like chipping. ID? Fuck off. Yes, I say things weird. No, I don't care. I doubt you've never heard the term somebody call it ID before. I doubt you've never heard that. Especially since you've been watching my streams. Ew, second form slime. Why is that an ew? Did somebody just subscribe on YouTube? I should probably turn off YouTube alerts. I'm gonna go turn off YouTube alerts from Streamlabs. That's so funny that I can have that on there. Why did Streamlabs sign me out, bruh? Sign me back in, man. Okay. Let me disable YouTube. There we go. Pay. Yes, I know. I say pay instead of pie. Yeah. Wait, none of this is new. First form on top, the second form just looks weird. I mean, it looks like a jellyfish. Have you never seen a jellyfish before? Looks like a jellyfish with a face on it. That's all it looks like. Have you never seen SpongeBob? If you think about it, Dart and Dark are like giant couriers, but more / different targeting. Yeah, that's what having the same role is. Have you ever considered the fact that first form D'Artagnan is like a courier but for every trait that I think has like better DPS against all of them as well? Like, I don't get how D'Artagnan can be quote-unquote bad, meanwhile courier is so good. D'Artagnan's first form is like probably just as good as courier's true form, or first form, or not first form, true form, because his first form is an egg. It's just so weird to me that nobody talks about D'Artagnan's first form, even though it is like basically couriers. It's basically just a courier, but for everything. The only difference being force swing. That is the only difference. That is the main difference. Sorry, there's a speed difference I think as well. They both need a slightly faster force swing to compensate for the short range. What do you mean? Because Dark Tanyan, are you talking about like their evolved forms? Because D'Artagnan and Dark Tanyan evolved forms are just fine. They just need because like they're not light courier at that point. They have too much range to be light courier where they have a fast force swing. I think they're perfectly fine. Like I almost never have I actually had a problem with their force swing. Like if they're going to get a hit off, they're going to get a hit off. If they're not, they're not. Like that's my experience from somebody that uses D'Artagnan. It doesn't matter that much. Because they're literally built for stages that have stepping stones. They're not built for stages otherwise. I like how the best super rare and Uber are both single attack. I think it's funny how you think that Balrog's the actual best Uber. Because he's not. He is not the best Uber. Unless you're talking about Konako. Thoughts? Konako does have single targeting. It's like the Arceus versus Arceus debate. Except I'm pretty sure it's confirmed to be Arceus. I don't think Battlecats really confirms their pronunciations. Because there is a language barrier there. Barg is top 5, not top 1. Exactly. I don't think Shirt has had a good take this entire stream. I don't think Shirt has had a single good take this stream. Not a single one. People don't actually talk about Dart first form because I think the community has forgotten about him. They only think of him as his evolved form, which they just think, oh, it's worse than Dark Tanyan because lackluster HP. Meanwhile, let me hold up. You're not gonna be able to see this. Wait, no, I should show you this. Hold up. Let me pause this. Right. Let me do this. Yes, continue watching. Let me look at something. I want to show you guys something. Courier. I'm gonna compare Courier to D'Artagnan. W rage bait yet again. This isn't rage. I'm not mad. If you think this is rage bait, you have no idea. Okay, so same HP. That's a big deal. Same HP. D'Artagnan has double the knockbacks. Not quite half the movement speed, but double the recharge time. The recharge time is easily the only reason why D'Artagnan isn't as good as Courier. But you may look at the DPS and be like, oh, but D'Artagnan has so much less DPS. But he has massive damage against everything. So this is actually like 4,800 against traits without treasures, and what's this times 4? 6,400 DPS against things with traits or with treasures. The force swing is also the other big difference, but they have the same standing range, right? They have the same standing range, and this force swing still isn't that long. Like, it's kind of long, but like it's not that long. And the LD, it's not even that different. Like, D'Artagnan just has less of a blind spot. So, in a stage where Courier is really good, D'Artagnan would probably also be really good. Just because D'Artagnan would be a more stackable version of Courier, that's for everything. Like, I'm not saying D'Artagnan is better than Courier, I'm saying this form of D'Artagnan shouldn't be forgotten. Like, that's all I'm saying. No, you're rage baiting me? How am I rage baiting you? You haven't had a good take all day. First you say Demon Slayer sucks, then you say that Balrog's the #1 Uber. No. Phono a true form? Okay, for Phono the first form, the reason why nobody talks about it, and why I don't talk about it, is because the main reason why Phono is good is because of his having 600 standing range. That is the main and, in my opinion, only reason why Phono is really good. And so without that, I don't think he's that great. Like, his main benefit is having 600 standing range. So choosing to have not that much range is just, you're doing a bad thing. We only think about Gao's first form with Uberfest, since Matama, Kazli, and the other ones are pretty bad first form. The exception is Luna. does Luna... I don't even know what Luna's first form does. Like, does it still have the freeze and the strong against, or does it just have the explosion? Luna first form from range makes her completely unviable. I mean, range is a pretty big thing. Saying Anubis is the best generalist is a good take. First of all, I never said he was the best generalist. And second of all, I'm well aware it's not a good take. It's not I can tell you one thing, it's not a good take, because I don't even believe in that. Luna first form only has 200 standing range? Yikes. D'Artagnan first form at least has 250. I forget that I don't have Jelly True Form. Jelly True Form's wave would have cleared everything there. Sorry. Life's still the boss. Yeah, I don't have one of those. Mostly used as a debuffer, can get a few hits or get behind a blind spot, it's done its job. Yeah, but like, here's the thing, right? It's not necessarily whether or not it's good or whether it's good or bad. It's more so, does it have the ability to outdo its evolved form? And with D'Artagnan and Luna, they're both of their first forms could be viable, but their evolved form is just like still much better and much more reliable. So it's just basically always more worthwhile to use them instead of the first form. Third out of the stream for me, yeah, that tracks. Every 30 minutes plus the thing of ads at the very beginning. First form's Uber tier list. I mean, Baby Gao would probably just be number one, tied with D'Artagnan, and then everybody else would be below them somewhere. It's really not that complicated. I mean, I could do it, but people probably don't care. So, like, what about Jizo? Jizo sucks, man. What age are you living in? Jizo's not that good anymore. Yeah, no, Juan, I understand what you're saying. I just think, like, it's a weird argument to have since, like, most of the time with these true forms, you kind of have to look at it as more of a, are they better than the evolved form? Unfortunately, I will not tolerate Jizo hate. I'm not saying, like, I don't actually believe he sucks, I just don't think he's that good anymore. Watch his ultra form be batshit broken? I kind of doubt it, because, like, just the whole Jizo's first form, at least, his whole shtick is being a spammable mid-ranger. And so, like, even if he went back to that in his ultra form, that wouldn't do very well nowadays, unless they gave him a lot of range. Like, if you made Jizo's first form a backliner, that would be nutty. Shishilan ultra form will break the game. I hope so. Shishilan ultra form, like, he deserves it. He used to be like thought of as a top tier generalist, and now he's just. Now he's just a mid backliner. That he deserves the biggest glow up of all time. Just lack of immunities? He has immune to wave, what do you mean? That's like one of the most valuable immunities for a generalist. If he had more immunities, it would be fine. I don't know about that. I've always loved Tigaluga more than Shishilan. Well, yeah, it's a One Piece reference. I'm kind of kidding. But what I'm not kidding about is I also value him because he's more unique. He's a boss killer. I'd say Surge is spanned way more late game. I mean, yeah. I was just saying, like, wait, like, you can't really use a, oh, it doesn't have Surge immune, it's terrible, because that would knock out a majority of Ubers in the game. So, like, I hate that logic. Like, sure, surge immunity would be great for him, but that's kind of a bad basis of, oh, no surge immunity, he sucks. Like that's kind of how a lot of people look at things, even though that's not the case. You know, if you think about it, Izanagi's not even surge immune. Izanagi's wave immune. So clearly, surge immunity isn't necessary to be amazing late game. Balrog's not surge immune. Izanagi's not surge immune. Who else is thought of as top tier? Yukimura's not surge immune. But his whole thing is being able to reposition a lot, and he just gets juggled by surge to his high knockback. I understand that. Like, I do understand why Surge Immune would be really good for him, but Surge isn't in every stage. Like, I don't know what you mean by important. It would be beneficial, but it's not, like, necessary for him to be used. Surge Immune is never necessary. On a Generalist, at least. On anti-Akus, sure, right? Like, because it's expected, since Akus, like, have a bunch of death surges that are really dangerous and stuff. But on a Generalist, I don't think anti-surge is really all that necessary to be a good Generalist. Barrow got wave resist? Yeah, and it sucks ass. It's not worth it. Giving Lufalan surge resist would actually be evil, though. More evil than giving Aphrodite curse resist. Who the hell thought that it would be a good idea to give Aphrodite curse resist? That was so stupid. Like, I mean, that's a talent, right? But like, that's such a stupid talent. That's like probably one of the stupidest talents of all time, is Aphrodite's curse resist. Because that's just not good. It's just not good, you know? No one can even hit Aphrodite except Relic Jones, and she doesn't even target Relic. Relic Jones? Are you talking about the Sunfish? Who the fuck is Jones? Are you talking about, like, the iguana? Because, like, that's the normal iguana's name, right? Or, like, lizard, whatever the fuck he is Jones or whatever. Stonefish Jones or something? Are you talking about Golem Sunfish? Are you talking? It's Golem Sunfish? Or what is his name? It's like I don't remember what its name is, but I don't think Jones is a part of it. Golem. Yeah, Golem Sunfish is his name. Where did you get Jones from? It said they made a hyper specialist that gets outclassed by other units in her banner. Wait, wish they went the Dazzly Dark Phono route with Izanami. Okay, here's the thing. Izanami is not outclassed by other units in her banner. I do not know where you got that from. Thought about Sunfish Jones? Oh. I forget that normal Sunfish is called Sunfish Jones. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's way more understandable. But I want to go back to the Izanami thing. Izanami is not outclassed by the other Epicfest Ubers. I don't know where you got that idea from, but I can tell you for one thing, she is not. Izanami is arguably the best anti-Aku in the game, or anti-traitless in the game, sorry. You can argue Dark Tanyan and Shadow Gao is better than her against traitless? No, you can't. Want to know why? Because she has immune to Surge. Izanami having immune to Surge single-handedly makes her way better than Shadow Gao and Dark Tanyan in her own way. Like, in a lot of situations, sure, Shadow Gao and Dark Tanyan can be better than her, but since Cappy Jr. and Cappy Kawano are Surge-based traitless, Izanami is the most valuable anti-traitless. Or is the more valuable anti-traitless in that situation. Warlock the best anti-trailist, I stand by that. No. That's stupid. You haven't had a good take all stream. So she's made for you to get a corn, lol. She's all, but you're. I was just mentioning the one thing that actually determines that. You want to talk about what else Izanami has that they don't? Piercing up to like 900. She has that much piercing while also still managing to do more damage per hit. Aside from maybe Dark Tanyan strengthened, but even then, Savage Blow and Izanami can probably outdo it. Her damage per hit is actually crazy, if you factor in Savage Blow, which actually isn't very unlikely. If you want to rush it, then Dark. If you want something with range, Izanami. Izanami has 400 standing range. That's something that you shouldn't overlook. Dark Tanyan still has the same problem as Dark Tanyan in the fact that it's not a lot of range. And so, like, if it's not going to be able to use if it doesn't have a stepping stone, it's probably not going to live long. But Izanami doesn't have that problem because even backliners can be used as a stepping stone for Izanami. So if you want to go quickly, sure, Dark Tanyan, but Izanami still, I mean, nowadays probably is the best anti-trailist in the game, in my opinion. It's at least arguable, but she's not outclassed, right? Like, it's arguable that others are better, but she's not outclassed because she provides a different use than Dark Tanyan and Shadow Gal. So there's no such thing as outclassing there. If you want Shadow Gal, I don't know why you would Gal if you got Izanami. I mean, because Gal has more standing range and I assume better survivability. He also has wave immunity rather than surge immunity. So if you're struggling against a waving traitless instead of a surging traitless, or if you're struggling against a traitless that has more between 400 and 480 standing range, then Shadow Gal. Also, there's that freeze, so if you want to benefit from that freeze, then you can choose Shadow Gal. It would have been cool if they made her a mid-range tank / support generalist that applied like weaken or something to all traits. The problem with that is that then people would complain that she only weakens. And I also don't think that style of attack would fit. Like, sure, Nala pulls it off, but Nala's also balanced around being a specialist. Turning a weaken as good as Nala's onto a generalist would be really good. And also you would have had to raise her base stats a lot more. Her base damage isn't that good, and so like it's usable, especially with Savage Blow, but the people would complain. Like if she kept her base stats and swapped insane damage for traitless for a slow, well, slow's already taken by Dark Phono, so it would either be weaken or freeze against everything, with everything, literally everything, then I think people would complain because the damage would be underwhelming. The only traitless waiver is Hermit and Mr. Murr. There's also Dober and Corey, which is why wave immunity was so valuable so early on in the game. But nowadays, since they're really not that viable, or since they're really not that dangerous of enemies, and now that wave blocker is like a thing, a good thing, especially with Super Cat, traitless with waves aren't really that much of a threat. I also love Weaken, I just don't think it would be good for a legend rare. Even if it was 100% uptime, I don't think it would have been fitting. I don't think it would have been fitting, and I don't think I would have liked it as the legend rare of Epicfest. I like that they went back to the roots of Epicfest versus Uberfest. I don't like that Dark Phono and Dazzly strayed away from the theme of Epicfest, having better base stats but being anti-traitless. Like, I don't like that they strayed away from that, from going from having better base stats everywhere but having some sort of anti-traitless usage, to being an anti-everything, so like, but also with better stats. So like, Dark Phono is the only one that doesn't have better stats, and Dazzly has better stats but is anti-everything. I don't like that they did both of those that way. Super Cat a trash wave blocker? Against Dober and Corey? No. Because not only do you get the weaken, but you also... I'm pretty sure Super Cat outranges both of them. So you still get that wave block. I don't know what you're on about. As a generalist wave blocker, sure. But as a trailess wave blocker, Super Cat does just fine. You really do not have good takes. I don't think you are capable of having a single good take. I forgot about them. I haven't seen them in forever. Exactly. Which is why Wave Immune is less valuable for anti-trailers than Surge nowadays. Especially now that Cappy Jr. came back into ZL. The last few Ubers stray away from like anti-traded and anti-trailers. Oh yeah, the Lunas. I like what they did with the Lunas more than what they did with Dazzly and Dark Phono. Because at least that gives you like good reason to want both sides of the fest, right? Like that, you know, it's a cooler style of, you know, Superfest. But it's not what they did the entire time, right? Like, I really like the Lunas, actually. Dark Luna's really good in her own way, and Lunatia's really good in her own way. But neither of which are, like, overpowered generalists, and they're really good specialists. But if you use them both together, you're basically using one big, really good generalist. because together they target most traits in the game. But I do really like Dark Luna. I wish I could say Dark Luna was better than Base Luna, but unfortunately that's just not the case. But Dark Luna's tanking ability is really good. As a mid-range tank, it's kind of the same thing as Ruri, right? Where it's a mid-range tank that has a lot of damage and HP, but applies status. So you can't really say, oh, you know, it's mid-range tanks fail to protect their allies. No, it's not that at all. It's the mid-range tank lives a long time, so it can status the opponent for a long time. I also really like Dark Luna. It still has the anti-trailist, but also has another niche, and the Surge Reflect is the cherry on top. Yeah. Unfortunately, counter Surge, you have to be hurt by the Surge in order to counter it. So you do still take damage from the Surge, but on a tank, I think that's fine. Kind of like Heavy Jack. Heavy Jack's not immune to Surge, but with his resist, it's fine. They already gave up on the traditional Uberfest versus Epicfest style. I think you're forgetting that Izanami and Izanagi, I think, came out after the Phonos. Or was it before? I can't remember, but they came out before or after the Phonos. Which, they still know and are aware of the theme of Uberfest versus Epicfest. It's not like they gave up on it. Especially with the Lunas, Dark Luna still targets traitless, so it's not like they completely abandon it. They just changed it up. So I don't like the Phonos, because they still have the theme, they just completely went off of it for the Phonos. Like, why did they only give Surge Reflect on Ultraform Obunaga of all things? Because I think Counter Surge on Obunaga can actually be really good. A counter surge with guaranteed freeze with really good uptime, I feel like that would be really good. Light and Dark Luna will be the ultimate answer to most stages except for Metal and Black heavy stages. Yeah, they are really good specialists. Yeah, 100%. I like the thought of using them together. Like, that's what I liked about D'Artagnan and Darktagnan. If you use them both together, there's not a stage out there that, like, you know, can handle them except for metals. And I guess zombies, but like you can still destroy zombies. You'll just have to destroy them twice, unless they have infinite respawns. But like, I liked the thought of using both together in order to just have like that good of a duo of Ubers. And that kind of dies off with the Phonos, because like, using both, you can use both, one for damage, one for support, but they don't fit together, I don't think. Just Freeze and Surge Reflect don't go well, but Surge Reflect and Weaken do. How does that work? In my opinion, that doesn't work. I mean, I guess I do understand where you're coming from, since like you can weaken their surge, but whenever you counter the surge, it won't be weakened. So it'll, you know, I guess that is true. But I think that having a counter surge that has a guaranteed freeze, like as long as it goes through the Aku shields, I feel like that would be really good. Like I feel like that surge landing with Pierce would be really good. The Luna's Def have the best synergy. I don't know. I still think the D'Artagnan and D'Artagnan have a really good synergy. Like, especially in stages that work with burst units like them. Like LD units like them. Zombie the hardest trade on God? You do not have good takes. I'm just, like, I don't think you said a singular good take this stream. Because zombies are so not hard. Shigong and Housewife are enough to carry you against all of the early game zombies. And once you get Cadaver Bearcat, you're just not struggling. And even Psycho Cat True Form has talents to slow zombies, so they're not... So you can have a good status for them as well. Like, I think Psycho Cat talents are actually really underrated. Having that consistent slow against zombies that isn't reliant on Housewife is really nice. Can be really nice. Especially since Housewife without a good stack doesn't actually have that consistent of a slow. It's also the fact that like there's so many Ubers that just completely destroy zombies. Like if you looked at my zombie Uber tier list the other day, there are so many amazing anti-zombies. There's so many, and it's just simply because zombies are easily countered, especially with Holy Blast. I think Holy Blast is one of the biggest power creeps for zombies. Zombies suck. I got the best anti-zombies in the game and I still struggle. That's definitely a skill issue. Get Holy Blast. Get Research Shigong, Housewife, and Holy Blast, and maybe Cadaver Bear. And you don't even have to use any Ubers there to just destroy them. Old Church is the only one that I would understand you struggling against nowadays. And that's a specific one zombie that has only recently started appearing because it's a ZL enemy, which every trait has that one enemy that's way harder to beat than the rest. Hello, Aaliyah. But like zombies is not the hardest trait by any means, not at all. Trait list is up there. Definitely above zombie, I can tell you that much. Just because without Ubers, if you consider a trait hard, based off of what you have without Ubers, Hitman doesn't get... I mean, Hitman's really not that great, because there's a lot of dangerous traitless backliners that he simply doesn't do well against, like this bear. And Hitman's very squishy. Not to mention, Hitman does like take a while to unlock and requires quite a lot of behemoth stones. And that's probably the best anti-trailers you'll get in the entire game, outside of Ubers. Aside from maybe like Haniwa, Super Cat's up there, Terrorist. There's no good, like Haniwa's good, but really slow, so it's not even that good of a meat shield for traitless. And then there's also like Cop Cat, which is mediocre. Like, I mean, he's pretty good, but he's not amazing by any means. He doesn't carry against trailers. That's the stage I'm stuck on, the one with Zombie Ostrich. Okay, then that's your problem. Is like Ostrich is very different than the zombie trait as a whole. I got Shigong Weekend and it sucks. Well, it's not meant for late game. Remember, rare cats are, you know, they're really easily obtainable in the early game. So like, I don't know a single rare cat talent that's actually good for late game. Tell me one, other than Cameraman Crit. That's the only one I could think of. Other than Cameraman Crit, what is one rare cat talent that actually is good late game? Okay, the hard part about Ultrich isn't the Ultrich itself, it's what it comes with. Because whatever it comes with prevents you from actually using like really good anti-zombies. Because most really good anti-zombies are hardcore anti-zombie specialists. So like in mixed stages they struggle, and Ultrich mainly is a threat in mixed stages. And so that's the problem there. Like, Atlantis Logistics would probably do fine against Ultrich, but it's the fact that mixed stages are there that, you know. Did you really just try to say Ramen defense buff by saying Roman defeats buff? And also, that's a stat up. Of course stat ups are going to be good on stat-based units. Like, that, I mean actual talent. Because, like, Shigong's defense up is also good. Jiangshi speed up, that's, again, another stat up. Name something that's not a stat up. Shubo is very good against the Austin Theory. Who the fuck is Shubo? Double Bounty would be broken on so many units. Can Double Bounty best talent? Good thing that's a super rare, not a rare. Thanks for answering my question, chat. Y'all are stupid. I'm kidding, kind of. Bro, chill, I have dyslexia. I just thought it was funny. Roman defeats. That's Tiger Claw and Beartooth? Yeah, no. They're really good against Ultrich. Since Ultrich is this since Zombie Aros is a Sage, status isn't gonna do well against it unless you have Vigler Ultra Form. Vigler Ultra Form absolutely hard carries, but without that, I think Beartooth would probably be the best counter because you're just skipping so many knockbacks with that, and like you're doing so much damage on something that is a backliner, so it works well in mixed stages while also outranging the Omni of Toxic. Yeah, you just gotta brute force the hell out of it. Don't overcomplicate things. You just gotta brute force the Ultrich to hell and back. When's the guarantee? The guarantee is not going to be up for another week. Lame. I'm going to have to wait till next weekend to use my cat food. Unfortunate. Let's do some of these rolls. What can I even get in here? Anything good? Probably not. Oh, hey, a crab. Give me your Krabby Patties. Egg. How does Mr. Krabs laugh? I don't even remember. Thief strengthened / zombie kill? That is not good, bro. Neither of those are good by any means. Thief cat is not good. Doesn't Thief cat also just naturally have zombie kill? Isn't that like not even a talent? I know that. Then why did you say it? Like, not the zombie kill part. I think that is a talent, actually, but... Squid. When are they gonna give a cat unit warp? I think it would be too weird and buggy, I assume. Like, I'm assuming it would be buggy, and that's why they haven't done it. The guaranteed is in 2 days, and in 5 days there's a guaranteed on Kenshin Banner? Wait, so the guarantee is lasting from the middle of this week. Oh, wait, no, it's starting from on Monday? Why would the guarantee be all week? But yeah, you are right. But the guarantee on that starting on Friday, I can use a... it's going to be anniversary, right? So there's going to be a cat claw, or what is it? There's going to be... It's going to give you a free 11 draw. So I don't really have to worry. I could do more than one 11 roll, though. Like, if I save up my cat food now, I could do that. I could try... Well, wait, no, this is my new account. Do I still want Kenshin on my new account? I don't really want Kenshin on my new account. I mainly want it on my old account. On my main account. But at the same time, what else is there? What else is going to be guaranteed with the Kenshin one? Is that the only one that's going to be guaranteed? It's 6 days long? What do you mean? if the guarantee starts on Monday, right? So like you said, in 2 days, then in 6 days, there's a guaranteed on Kenshin. In 6 days, that would be either Wednesday or Thursday, which means that'd be Monday. That banner would have to end, so Monday through probably Saturday or Sunday, or maybe even Monday. So I guess that would make sense, 6 days, but I don't know. But like, what else is there? Like, I'm talking about like what else other than Kenshin, right? In 2 days, it's Almighty is guaranteed. I could do that on my new account. I'd be down with that. How the fuck did I forget about Stanzo Target Angel? Stanzo Target Angel is not even that good. It's really not that good. Like, it's only good early game. After early game, Stanzo Angel talent is like not good at all. It's not worth it. And even though I'm in early game, hey, look, want to see something? I've done just fine without Target Angel. I have done just fine. Like, I have not talented Sanzo, and it is a grudge. Almighty is guaranteed. Yeah. So I guess on Monday, I'll probably record me doing an 11 draw of that. That'll be good. That'll be good. I'm saving for Superfest? Your cat food? Why? Using cat food on Superfest is not worth it. Use your cat food on guarantees, not Superfest. Save your cat size for Superfest. Hey, let's see if I can get Mola. Oh wait, no, it's Uberfest on right now. Let's see if I can get an Uber. Yeah. Archer. I probably should save my rare tickets. I probably should, but at the same time, meh. I don't know, I just want more fest. For cat food? Saving for Dark Arrow so I can get Daddy Bigler? Yeah, that's fair. I'd say that's fair. I need to find that egg, see what it turns into, because I have no idea. Oh, that's the clam one, right? I don't even know if that's any good. I have no idea if it's even any good. Clam. Spending my cat food and hoping I can secure Ava unit 00. Which one is that? Which one is 00? Tough versus red and black. Is Clam like actually a good red and black meat shield? Like, shield? I figured it was shield since that's like the one that's like everybody wants. That would be cool. When's Evangelion even coming to EN? I think he's bad. Yeah, he probably is. I've never used Clam. He's probably bad. It's probably bad. The Clam sucks? Now that's your first good take. Now let me fact check. I wanna see its stats. Clam. I'll tell you the stats. 330 cost for 10,000 HP, 6 second recharge time. Yeah, no, that's not good. That is not good. 560 DPS. Oh wait, this is one of the ones I can get plus levels though, right? So like, let's say you got it up to a really high plus level. Oh, but you can only get plus 20. I mean, that's 21,000 HP on a meat shield that has resistance. So like, against red and blacks, especially behemoth red and blacks, maybe it's a good meat shield. It does have 2 knockbacks though, so that's kind of questionable. But like, I mean, that was 50 plus 20 though, so. I mean, maybe it's good counter for the Joes, the Ducks. I don't know. Maybe. Sudden death. Fight. The crab is like a slow bullet train without money up. So bad. That's what you're saying. It's bad. No, isn't that just green shell? Isn't that just essentially green shell that attacks more than once? Damn. Slime lives that hit. Saw a video saying the crab was slime without the wave. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah, I don't imagine any of these banner or of these mola units are actually good. Maybe isn't the squid like a good meat shield though? Like isn't one of them like an actually like decent meat shield? Oh, it's salmon? Okay. What does it do? Squid and sardine are both decent meat shields. Yeah, dodge on any meat shield is good. Can be good at least. I wish we had more tanky meat shields with dodge. Because like things like brainwashed mohawk, they kind of just don't stand a chance because they get hit once and they're dead. Unless they dodge. 5% dodge against floating? That's not even that good. Is it cheap at least? That is a sardine, not a salmon. I'm just trusting whatever the hell chat says. Grum's also not a sir, but yeah. Oh, Rajakong? Ew, gross. The fish is 90 cost with floating dodge. It's good for Brawlo? Yeah, you know what else is good for Brawlo? Manic Mohawk. I don't think that's really all that great. Oh wait, I still need to do like behemoth stages. I forget that behemoth stages exist sometimes. Maybe I should actually do them. Huh. What do you know? By the way, I talked about this on my recording of the next Silksong video that'll be coming up at some point. But have y'all ever watched The Amazing Digital Circus? It's kind of like a big thing on YouTube and TikTok right now. You know what else is good for Brawlo? Fishman. Notice how you're not saying cameraman. No, I haven't. Only watched like 2 episodes? Brother, each episode is like 30 minutes and there's only 6 episodes. Why did you only watch 2? When the hype was high? The hype is high, probably higher now than it ever was. What do you mean? I didn't even hear about it until recently. And so that's how I know that right now it's probably at the peak of its hype. Ah, shit, it's this fucking guy again. God damn it. I wish we had better counters for this, because Cat Tarzan is not a good counter for this guy. Hello, Chambermain. Huh, really? I mean, I've seen it all over TikTok. And that's the first time I've ever seen it. But like, I have watched it, obviously, thanks to TikTok, though. Also, I just never got into it. I mean, fair enough. I was just wondering if you guys had, because it's good. Commented saying you should react to digital. Did you? Well, I already watched it on my own time. I probably should have done like a reaction series of it. Like, not even a reaction series. I probably just should have like reacted to the entire series and made that the video. At the same time, I wouldn't have commentated much because I just wanted to enjoy rather than like react. So I like watching, whenever I like enjoying things, I like enjoying them without, you know, worrying about, is this going to be a good video? Kind of forgot about it because the update is too slow. I like it though. Understandable. Like, I mean, they started off slower now, or slower than they are now, I think. I would love to get Kana true form. That would be absolutely wonderful. Zero lose is my nightmare. Yeah. Just wait till I'm beating him on this account, my new account. Long time no see. I saw you react on that person tier list. Was it Frosty Dog one? Or the one with the seasonal Uber ranking? I do quite a lot of reaction videos, clearly. Yes, it was Frosty. Okay. Yeah. I kind of felt bad for reacting to Frosty's video because like it wasn't like a popular video by any means. So like I was kind of scared I would be like, I don't know, doing something bad somehow, but they commented on it. They seemed fine with it. And then this was the second time that my reaction video got more views than the original video. So I feel bad about that. Gundro is very Gucci. Gundro is sick. I can't wait for his true form. Get slime true form already. You got Pepe and Cat Machine. No excuses. Want to know my excuse? I don't want to. What's your prediction, Chamber? Can I beat Zero Loser right now? Okay. I'll give you the prediction. Will Chamber beat Lusa? I'm planning on ending stream soon. So like within 15 minutes probably. So you got till the end of the stream to beat it. You got till the end of the stream to beat it. But yeah, the reason why I don't have slime true form is because I kind of relied a lot on combos for that stage, and you can't do combos with only one row. I'll just do buffet for the rest of the stream, I guess. Lusa was hard. I know Lusa's hard, but I think Chamber can do it. Use Metal Cat and Cone. Yes, Chamber, do that. Dogumon and Nala will have to carry my ass. Yeah, as long as they're true formed. Since when did the face reveal change to 750k? Since Bed complained about it. Oh, I didn't use the speed up. Fuck doing this without a speed up, bro. I use Kenshin Ultra Form and Lusa. That's valid. 37 level Dogumon, 40 Nala. Good luck. But hopefully there's more to those two. More than just those two. Like maybe a supercar, high level can, stuff like that. Bed pushes all of your buttons, yeah. It's kind of annoying because people, like, especially people in the Discord, they will literally just like bully me for fun. Like they'll do all that just for fun. Like they'll even pick fights with me just to get my message count up. Like it's so weird. It's so, like, I get rage baited so often by my own fucking viewers. My Can level 65 still can't take a hit. Well, the idea isn't to tank a hit. The idea is to have high enough damage on Can that it's like one-shotting most things in the stage, other than Lusa. And having better chip against Lusa, of course. Can't wait for the toenail reveal? No, I'm not doing that. That's not something that's happening. Without breaking the rules? I mean, no, you guys don't break any rules. It's just annoying. I hate it when, like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people are being annoying on purpose. If somebody is purposefully being annoying and they know damn well that they're being annoying and they don't try to change anything, that is the worst kind of person to me. And so there's a reason why I'm not friends with a lot of people in my Discord. You rage bait us too? No, you just have bad takes, bro. You said Demon Slayer sucked, and you said that Balrog was #1 Uber. Two terrible takes. Music, please. Don't leave me. Who the hell said my boy Demon Slayer sucked? Sure, Patino. Will Zenitsu smite them? Yeah, you'll have to follow suit first. Demon Slayer's mid. Earlier, I'm pretty sure earlier you said it sucked, didn't you? /view. Well, what the hell is the command? Why can I not remember the command? Oh wait, it's user. /user Patino shirt. Hunter x Hunter is overrated, bro. It ain't that good. let's see. I'm looking back. I'm trying to see what you specifically said about Demon Slayer. You also were clueless about what the highest grossing anime movie was, because it is Mugen Train. Demon Slayer has bad plot. That's something you said. Quote unquote, Demon Slow is so bad though. That's what you said. You said it's so bad. You didn't say it was mid originally. You said it was so bad. Suck and mid the same thing? No. You do not know what mid means, bro. I hate brain rot because I hate Gen Z or Gen Alpha brain rot because we've made people think that mid, so like the medium, is bad. That's not how that word works. Mid is a definition of not good, not bad. It's in the middle. It's literally short for middle. That's not what middle means. Suck and mid are not the same. It sucks? Bro, make up your mind. Is it mid or does it suck? They don't mean the same thing. Back with the bad takes. Like, yeah. Do you watch Tensura? No, I'm not a big anime guy. I've only watched like the bigger titles. I've never seen any of the like obscure stuff. I kind of just watch what people say is good and stuff. I watched 3 anime: Tensura, Demon Slayer, and Sao. Demon Slayer is really good. It's my second favorite anime, and I've seen all of One Piece. Like, I really like One Piece too, and the fact that there's 2 or maybe 3 anime above it. Sword Art Online sucks too. I've never seen it, but my brother-in-law has, and he likes it, so. Saying any anime sucks is just disrespectful to the animators, though. Can't wait for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. I'm watching that next week with my sister. One Piece goes hard when I'm not sleeping. I as much as I love One Piece, it's so slow. So like, I'm never going to rewatch it because it'll take so long to rewatch. Like, if I do ever rewatch it, I'll have to like skim through the episodes to see which ones are actually worth watching. So like, my dad my dad bought me the Demon Slayer ticket like 1 month ago just to watch it. That is the best. My sister, I think, got the tickets off of Crunchyroll like immediately, as soon as possible. Like, she got them way ahead of time as well. My friend watches so slow that episodes almost release faster. That's funny. Barry's also lucky. I mean, having people in your family, like, it helps since my sister also loves anime. That helps a lot because then I can just kind of be like, hey, you know, let's go together, you know, instead of just being like, hey, I like this, I want to watch this movie, can you buy me a ticket? Nah, we watched it together. So like, having family and friends that like the same anime as you and stuff is really nice. Now, but some animes are actually disturbing, where the protagonist will buy slaves and force. I think that's a completely different genre called something that starts with an H. I don't believe that is anime. I've seen every anime. I highly doubt you've seen every single one. I'm willing to bet there is at least one you've missed. Also, that's not a brag. You have way too much free time. But I will say, like, of the popular anime, probably the worst one in my opinion is Naruto. Base Naruto. I've never seen Shippuden, so I have no opinion on that. But base Naruto fucking sucks, bro. Even during the big parts. Like, spoiler alert, Naruto versus Sasuke. Like, I was looking at my phone during that fight. And, like, I tried watching the fight. I just didn't have any interest in it. Like, cool, it's a fight. Why? Why are they fighting? Not only do I kind of understand why, but it's stupid. I don't like why they're fighting. I don't like the story behind it. I don't like what's happening. And like, it's just straight up like, facts, Naruto sucks. My sister really likes Shippuden, so I'm not gonna say anything past base Naruto is terrible or anything. But I will say base Naruto is probably the worst anime I've seen. But it's still like good, right? Like it was still like, I would call it mid, right? Because I still watched it. I could still manage to get myself to watch it, and I somewhat enjoyed it. But it is probably the worst anime that I have seen. What the hell is I want to? What? I want to eat your pancreas. What a weird thing. Base Naruto was my first anime, then I found One Piece. Yeah, base Naruto is like, it's weird. I don't like, it's not terrible, right? Like, it's not the worst. Like, it's not the worst anime of all time. You know, there's worse, and it's also like still mildly entertaining. It's just not. I don't get how people will say it's the best anime. Like, from what I can tell, it doesn't surpass things like even the new gen. It doesn't surpass One Piece. It doesn't surpass any of the new gen. There's an anime called I'm So in Love with My Sister. Yeah, that's a part of the anime world that I'm never going to get part of. And I'm also not sure how I feel about you having seen that kind of stuff. Because you claim to have seen every anime, which means you watch that shit. I think you'd be better off not making that known to the world. 15%, unfortunate. I think this will be my last clear of Cat Fruit Buffet, then I'll end stream. So I can probably comfortably end the prediction with big fat no. Not like people put in points anyways. By the way, whenever I do these weekend streams, should I start doing later streams? Like, because I think that might be a better time. Like, I think doing a later stream might actually be better. How did I do 2% without Dogomon before? Because Dogomon takes up a lot of money. Dogomon doesn't, like, from my experience, Dogomon only helps if you play a specific way. Like, it's actually harder to make Dogomon work in that stage than it is to just do something else. I did 15% without Rich Cat. I mean, yeah, exactly. Without Rich Cat and without Dogomon is probably, like, way more money efficient, even with Rich Cat and Dogomon. Dogomon's expensive. Like, at least for that stage. That stage doesn't go around giving you a bunch of money. And so, using money on Dogumaru, who, like, doesn't do that much, whenever you could just use Cone, Can and stuff instead, and get more use out of them, and, like, spamming them for cheaper, you know? Ran out of Rich Cat? Unfortunate. Get better, I guess. I don't know. Later would be better? Okay, so I think maybe I'll go ahead and change that, right? Like, I'll even post it in the Discord right now. I'm going to go ahead and post in the Discord. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm changing something. I'll even put it in the stream schedule. I'm changing something. Weekend streams will from now on be starting around 7 to 8 p.m. CST. So my time. And then that's all I'll say. And then I'll put that in stream schedule. And then I'll bold the time. Do you like my commentary? Alright. And then I'll tag at everybody. Okay, cool. Should have gone Doron. Do you not have Doron? Even Doron without True Form still works fine. Well, wait, no. Doron True Form is just there for knockback. Well, use Breaker Blast. Are you already doing that? Barg solos every stage besides Metal? Not true. Because solos implies no meat shielding as well. So, Barg does not solo every stage. Wow, it's already been 2 hours? It indeed has. 2 hours of your terrible ass takes. One Piece good, but only top 15? Well, if you've seen every anime, I mean, I'm surprised it's not lower. Like, just because I'm sure there's a lot of obscure anime that are actually really good. I'm sure there are. Did my playlist break? Oh no, I was just going into ads. But yeah, Barg does not solo every stage. Not even close. Oh, I should probably pay out the prediction. Prediction. I'm doing it again. I did bad timing at the end. Cool. Well, I'm ending stream. Because that's my 2 hours. I'm out of time. By I'm out of time, I mean I'm tired. You know? You're just bullying me? No, you just have bad takes. Damn, if it's 7 to 8 CST, I can't join weekend streams? I'm sorry. Like, I can't make things work for everybody. I'm so sorry. I will post streams still on YouTube, though. Like, as whole. Like, I'll basically post them as VODs. But most of the time, they'll probably be posted like, on the same day as another video. Just to, you know, provide a VOD and the normal video. Not tomorrow, though. I don't feel like recording another video today. I bet I want to sleep with my little sister. What? Bro, hit the quota? What do you mean? What do you mean by hit the quota? What, the 2 hours? Is 2 hours streams my quota? I could stream longer. I just don't feel like it. I'm tired, right? You have no idea how much energy it takes for me to, like, actually talk like this for multiple hours on end. Not to mention I still, like, I had a full week of school. So, like, life is stressful. Time to watch the peak video? What peak video? My video that came out like 45 minutes ago? Guys, I got something to watch before going to bed. Well, I'm posting this tomorrow. I'm posting this VOD tomorrow. Almost 1500 cat food? Yeah, I'll probably be using that on a guaranteed almighties. But yeah, so that'll be it for today. So I think we're done kind of doing a little small yap sesh. So raid Lucas. He's just doing Silksong. Should I really raid him when he's just doing Silksong? There's gonna be spoilers. I'm not gonna do it. I haven't gotten as far as he is, I'm assuming. I also don't want to be like that kind of guy, you know? I have a full week of school, you definitely in high school or something. You realize college can still have 5 days of schooling, right? Have you never been to college before? Yeah, no, he is Act 2. Yeah. Bye, King. Calling me King? I am honestly not into that. But, yeah. So I'm not going to be rating anybody. If you guys enjoy, please do come back for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm not rating facts either. No offense, but like, I'll pass. I don't need to be taking any of his spotlight. Yeah, bye.